Both have been charged with felony first-degree murder, among other charges, for the fatal shooting of the girl as she celebrated her birthday. Authorities say both men were taken into custody this week, despite Ali having a pending gun charge, and Parrish, who is a convicted felon with nearly a dozen arrests and most recently found guilty of being in possession of a stolen car in October of last year.
These two offenders need to be held to the highest standard of the law.
A 12-year-old Naziria was shot on March 1st while traveling in a car with her family in the 2300 block of West 72nd Street in the West Englewood neighborhood. Police say in a videotape confession, one of the suspects admits that they were shooting at the vehicle of what they thought was a rival gang member when a stray bullet struck the girl in the back of her head. She died a few days later after being rushed to an area hospital. Despite the release of surveillance video showing the attack and the offer of a $15,000 reward for information leading to an arrest, detectives finally got a break in the nearly 8-month-long case recently.
The pivotal point was an anonymous witness coming forward and giving us information.
Chicago police say that their investigation is far from over. They are still looking for a third person they say is associated with the slaying of this 12-year-old girl. Reporting from the Chicago Police Department's headquarters here at 35th in Michigan, Evelyn Holmes, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Right now, people are hearing about the plans to build a temporary casino in Chicago. So this is a look at the stream of the meeting from the city's website. It's live. The idea is to use the empty Medina Temple as a temporary casino until Bally's permanent casino is ready to open at the Tribune publishing site in River West. But people have raised concerns about adding traffic to the area. Our Liz Nagy is at tonight's meeting. We'll have coverage for you from her tonight on Eyewitness News at 10.
All right, let's go outside on this Tuesday. It is Giving Tuesday, and the weather is giving us some thoughts for concerns. Because what a difference a day makes. This time tomorrow.
It's not going to be good.
Yeah.
Look at that. It looks like two spaceships are going to come down and just snatch us.
Well, you know, anything's possible. Okay.
Yeah, you know.
Haven't you watched Alien?
You've been listening to me too much.
I know.
Cheryl Scott's with us on the stream team on this just Tuesday.
Right.
It really was a nice day.
But it was
windy. Very windy.
It was
very
so
windy. But temperature-wise.
The city lived up to its name today, even though that name is about politics. But it was a windy city today.
Is it raining around here? Look at that.
Yeah, we got some rain. We have a very strong cold front pushing through right now. It's going to bring us some downpours, some rain showers, as well as even gustier winds here over the next few hours. As we take a look at radar, scattered rain right now, even some lightning flashes being picked up this evening, so can't rule out here a brief thunderstorm. But Mundelein down towards Wheeling right now, getting in on some of that heavier rain from Niles back towards Bloomingdale, northern DuPage, and right now passing through DeKalb, a stronger shower here pushing its way through, and with it we could see winds upwards of 30-40 miles per hour within the cores of some of these showers, tapping into those high winds that we have going out there today. So live Doppler 7 Max showing the scattered showers here. These will continue to work their way to the east. Like I said, a rumble of thunder or two not out of the question. Winds gusty right now, midway up to 36 miles per hour. DeKalb now down to 30, but just about 15 minutes ago, it was at about 40 to 45 miles per hour. And behind this front, temps go crashing down. Right now, it's still mild, near 60. How cold it gets, we'll cover that in a few minutes. Back to you. All
right, Cheryl, we'll see you then. Tonight, new details about what led to an arrest in the murders of two girls in Delphi, Indiana. Abby Williams and Libby German died in 2017. Richard Allen was arrested last month. Tonight, newly unsealed court documents reveal investigators first spoke to Allen the year of the murders, but they do not explain why it took 5 more years for an arrest. It's this grainy cell phone video captured on one of the teenage victims' cell phones that investigators say was crucial in tracking down their alleged killer, Richard Allen. In that video, you hear who investigators say is Allen, directing Abigail Williams and Libby German. In that same cell phone video, newly unsealed court documents say in the audio, quote, one of the victims mentions gun. The documents also reveal investigators found a .40 caliber unspent round less than 2 feet away from victim number 2's body, between victim 1 and victim 2's bodies. The round was unspent and had extraction marks on it. The documents say when investigators finally executed a search warrant of Richard Allen's home just last month on October 13th, quote, among other items, officers located firearms, including a Sig Sauer .40 caliber pistol. Lab analysis, quote, determined the unspent round located within 2 feet of victim 2's body had been cycled through Richard M. Allen's Sig Sauer, adding he did not have an explanation of why the bullet was found by the bodies. Now prosecutors will likely use many of the details spelled out in these documents to try and prove that Richard Allen murdered Abigail Williams and Libby German on a hiking trail in Delphi, Indiana, nearly 6 years ago. Attorneys for Richard Allen have filed a request to have the trial moved. They'd like to see it happen at least 150 miles outside of Carroll County, arguing that would be the best way to avoid a tainted jury pool.
And now to an Elgin teacher accused of sexually abusing 2 young students. 57-year-old Frank Waladas is charged with 6 counts of felony aggravated criminal sexual abuse. Kane County prosecutors say he abused 2 children between December 2008 and July of this year. Those children were under the age of 13. At the time, Waladas was working as a teacher at the Learning Tree Elgin West Daycare Center. Authorities say that is where the abuse happened. Now, in a statement tonight, the Learning Tree Regional Director said, quote, the safety and well-being of the children in our care is our highest priority. We are working closely with the authorities in this investigation. The employee had passed the state's required background check multiple times during his employment. The employee was removed from the center as soon as the allegations were made, and his employment has been terminated. Waladas remains in custody. He's being held on a $200,000 bond.
Lawsuits now been filed over this serious crash involving the hockey team from St. Ignatius. The families are now taking the truck driver charged in this crash to court. They're also suing his employer. Stephanie Wade has more on the lawsuit tonight and how the families say this crash has impacted their lives.
Weeks later, and the painful memories still remain.
It was like a war zone. You had these boys that are crying and shaking.
Parents of the 16 St. Ignatius College prep students injured in a school bus crash, recounting what happened November 12th.
He said, Dad, we've been hit by a truck. A lot of people are hurt.
Mom, it is really bad. It's really bad. And to hear that come from a 14 or 15-year-old boy was so hard to hear. Myself and another mom did not know if our boys were alive.
The junior varsity hockey team was in a tournament in Indiana when a semi-truck barreled through a red light, flipping the bus on its side. Authorities say the truck driver, Victor Santos, was speeding at more than 90 miles per hour and had a blood alcohol level nearly twice the legal limit. Families of the 16 students injured and their 2 coaches filing a 3-count lawsuit saying Santos, a registered sex offender who was charged in multiple felonies and had previous safety citations, should have never been on the road.
We're looking for answers, and because we want him obviously off the road, and we want to make sure that this sort of thing never happens to any other school.
Several students have yet to return to school. 1 player is still in the hospital, many suffering from broken bones, ribs, skull fractures, and other head injuries. It's the emotional trauma, parents say, that will last forever. Stephanie Wade, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Stephanie, thank you for that. Now, we are learning more tonight about one of the victims in a deadly weekend crash from one of her best friends. Kimberly Carson was killed along with her father, Neil Greenfield. They were hit by an out-of-control SUV as they left a restaurant in northwest suburban Des Plaines. Sharon Telson says she knew Kimberly for 13 years, and Kimberly was the godparent to her daughter.
She's just a great person. She worked in the healthcare field and she had a big heart. I saw her a month ago and I wish I would have hugged her a little tighter and a little longer. We just miss her so much already.
Well, the 71-year-old driver of that SUV says he had a medical emergency before crashing into Carson. her father, and the restaurant. No charges have been filed so far.
Chicago woman says her daughter was robbed at gunpoint today by a group of men who tried to take her vehicle. This happened near the intersection of Hoyne and Devon. She says her daughter was pulling in after work and was on the phone with her, and that's when a car pulled in front. Man got out and demanded the daughter's keys.
All I hear, she's like, "Mom," then she's like, take it, and some kind of instant say something was wrong. I ran out and told my husband, "Grab your gun, something is wrong with Melissa." And I ran out and she's running inside, said, "They got a gun, they got the gun."
The men did not get the vehicle, but apparently did get away with the woman's purse. She was not physically hurt. No one's been arrested in this case.
Well, tonight, Walmart announcing that the store in Chesapeake, Virginia will be closed for the foreseeable future. That announcement coming 1 week after a store supervisor opened fire in that store, killing 6 employees and injuring 4 others. Walmart says the company is supporting families with funerals, travel, and other expenses.
Wisconsin judge who presided over the Daryl Brooks trial in Waukesha is talking about that bizarre case for the first time. Remember, Brooks represented himself, was often combative with Judge Jennifer Doro. She recently handed down multiple life sentences to Brooks for killing 6 people at the holiday parade last year.
I was really honored that this case was assigned to me and given really the privilege of navigating through it from the beginning, not really knowing where it would all go.
Judge Doro says she's considering a run for the state Supreme Court.
A suburban woman is now charged with stealing a bag of money from an armored truck in the city's Edgewater neighborhood. Sharon Carabine Deerberger of Blue Island was arrested after a bystander saw it happen and helped police track her down. Investigators say she took the bag of money yesterday outside a Chase Bank in the 5700 block of North Broadway, and there was more than $100,000 inside. The money has now been recovered.
That emergency landing yesterday at O'Hare International Airport was a false alarm. That's according to Atlas Air, which was operating the flight. There had been a warning about a fire in a cargo area, but nothing was found. Some 300 soldiers were taken off the plane as a precaution after it landed safely. The troops are headed to Poland to help NATO troops there. We're told the plane they were on is being put back into service.
The U.S. Senate voting tonight in favor of a bill protecting same-sex and interracial marriages. It now heads to the House, which is expected to vote in favor of the bill and send it to the president's desk for his signature. The president releasing a statement tonight saying in part, quote, "The United States is on the brink of reaffirming a fundamental truth. Love is love, and Americans should have the right to marry the person they love." Here in Illinois, state law already protects those marriages. The Respect for Marriage Act would give federal protections to couples. Faith Abube reporting tonight on the latest developments from Washington.
There are 61, the nays are 36. The bill, as amended, has passed.
Mr. President, what a great day.
Senate lawmakers today voting to protect same-sex and interracial marriages under federal law. A preemptive move as concerns grow among advocates that the U.S. Supreme Court may be poised to overturn the landmark court rulings that protect those unions.
The long but inexorable march towards greater equality advances forward. By passing this bill, the Senate is sending a message to every American, no matter who you are or who you love. You too deserve dignity and equal treatment under the law.
In a remarkable turn from years past, versions of the Respect for Marriage Act have seen some Republican support. A bipartisan group of senators even working together recently to amend the House-passed version, but a majority of congressional Republicans still opposing the bill.
While this bill does not move the needle on same-sex marriage, this legislation will raise serious issues for religious liberty.
The bill does not force states to legalize same-sex marriage, but it does require them to recognize legal marriages from other states, regardless of sex, race, ethnicity, or national origin. All this triggered this summer after the U.S. Supreme Court overturned the constitutional right to an abortion. Justice Clarence Thomas writing that perhaps it is time to also reconsider the landmark rulings that protects legal same-sex and interracial marriages.
That's what he wrote in overturning Roe. And so if that's not a clue to prepare, I don't know what is.
And President Biden has made it clear he supports the legislation and will sign the bill once it makes it to his desk. In Washington, Faith Abube, ABC News.
A Crown Point, Indiana man and his nephew are now charged with taking part in the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. In court documents, prosecutors say the man seen here in this photo circled in red is 61-year-old Dale Huddle. Prosecutors say it shows Huddle striking a police officer with a flagpole. Photos later appear to show Huddle trying to grab a police officer's baton. He's charged with assaulting Capitol Police with a dangerous weapon and interfering with law enforcement. Huddle's due in court in Washington, D.C. His nephew, Matthew Huddle, was arrested in Idaho yesterday and charged with entering the Capitol during the riot.
Well, after months of delays and protests, the Archdiocese of Chicago removed a beloved statue from a Pilsen church. It was moved from St. Adalbert Catholic Church to nearby St. Paul Catholic Church. Michelle Gallardo following the move today and the controversy.
A small human chain followed by arrests took place outside St. Adalbert's Church in Pilsen this morning in a last desperate attempt to stop the removal of La Pietà, a replica of Michelangelo's original masterpiece, which has taken on a life of its own, becoming a symbol of those who have fought to preserve St. Adalbert as it is, 3 years after it closed its doors as a functioning church for the very last time.
You know, when you go there, you don't realize what you have. You know, as a church, I didn't ever realize how grand it was and how great until all this is going on and they locked us out of it.
It's an emotional day because they're making a hole, and not in the building to remove something, they're making a hole into the community's, fabric.
An important symbol for both the Polish and Mexican communities. At its peak, St. Adalbert counted over 4,000 families as parishioners, but dwindling membership and resources moved the Archdiocese to merge its parish along with those of St. Anne and St. Paul, where today La Pietà found a new home where people will once again be able to view it.
The statue was, in an empty building and people were breaking in and there was a risk of it being vandalized.
The concern, say former parishioners and their supporters, is that removal of the statue signifies the impending sale of the structure, which they fear might be torn down and redeveloped, despite its position on the city's orange list, designating it as a historic building with architectural significance.
The lack of due process that really highlights the issues that we have in the city of Chicago. We had not made any progress even to discuss a meeting, to have a meeting.
A lawsuit was filed against the city of Chicago last week as the battle continues to determine the future of the structure. As for La Pietà, a spokesperson for the Archdiocese says it already has a new home inside St. Paul's, but will likely not be on public display before Sunday Mass. In Pilsen, I'm Michelle Gallardo, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Oh, thank you. Chevy Chase turns on the holiday lights at a local restaurant with some major throwbacks to his hit movie, Christmas Vacation.
Look at that.
Yeah.
How cool. Okay. Station wagon with the wood on the side. Yeah. Memories plus the top items that people purchased yesterday for Cyber Monday.
Including the gift you got me, right? Maybe. Yeah. First, those serious storms.
Okay.
These are moving across the south right now. We'll get an update. Right now, strong storms are moving across the south. Possible tornado spotted in Jackson, Alabama. National Weather Service reporting half-dollar size hail in parts of that state. Storms expected to continue into the night. That's some severe weather. Look at that wind.
Wow.
Yeah, there's some dangerous weather down there.
Unbelievable. And this is still November. And, you know, the experts were saying it's rare that it happens twice in the month of November. It's going to be something Cheryl's going to be watching. We had our own windstorms kind of today, Cheryl. You had to hunker down. Yeah. It was breezy today.
All part of somewhat of the same system, but
okay.
down to the deep south, they're getting hit very hard. Tornado watch boxes all across 3 to 4 states at this point in time, and the reports are coming in and potential damage already being spotted from tornado touchdown. So we'll continue to monitor that. For us, we do have some gusty showers working their way through, mostly cloudy skies right now as well. Temps near 60, but that's all about to change with a front that's moving through, and because of it, we do have rain on the map right now. You can see some scattered showers here beginning to get close to the city, right along the lakefront from Chicago up towards Lake County, back to the west, getting in on some of that rain as well. So some brief showers. We've even had an isolated storm or two develop here, but some gusty winds will be the primary threats within any of these showers that move on through. DuPage County, very isolated right now, but just to the south of Chicago, passing to the east of Worth. Evanston, beginning to see some of that rain. Hampshire, passing just east of you now. Virgil, some light to moderate rain, and then down towards Grundy County as well, seeing some rain. Again, all ahead of a front that is pushing its way through. So these showers will continue to work their way to the east. An isolated stronger shower could develop here over the next hour to 2 hours, tapping into the high wind field out there right now. And the environment that we're sitting in could bring us very gusty winds for a brief period of time, upwards of 40-45 miles per hour. Regardless, with or without the shower activity moving through, it's windy. We have gusts right now anywhere from about 20 to 40 miles per hour. Winds out of the south currently, temperatures near 60 degrees. That's all about to change. Take a look at this much colder air mass back to the north and west. Minneapolis right now, 20 degrees. We are at 58, a sign of what's to come. Our highs tomorrow will be in the 20s, and it's going to feel even colder than that. So tomorrow afternoon will feel about 40 degrees colder than today. So here's this system that's moving through. The showers for us, some snow to the north. The snow will be staying to the north of us. This cold front moves on by, and that's going to allow our temperatures to crash on down. Out ahead of it, we do have the rain, and you can see our futurecast picking up on that as we go into the 8-9 o'clock hour, getting closer to northwest Indiana. So again, a storm or two cannot be ruled out. Gusty winds, the main threats, brief downpours, and then by about 9:45, 10 o'clock, this line of rain is off to the east of us. On the backside, wind shifting in from the north and west, and temperatures going crashing down. Tomorrow morning, we're in the 20s, and we don't recover or rebound. We stay basically in the mid to upper 20s all day long. In terms of the severe threat tonight, we just talked about that at the top of this weather hit, mainly the deep south, but you can see there is a level 1, very low risk here for some stronger storms along and south of I-80, but where that bullseye is, there you can see it, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, getting in on some strong storm action this evening. And you can see the two parts here, very cold up to the north, down to the south. That's where we have the tornado watch boxes, tornado confirmations coming in as well from those storms moving through. For us, we return to a winter-like feel tomorrow. We're going to have those highs near 30 degrees and wind chills tomorrow afternoon in the teens, and today we almost made it to 60 degrees. So a big change on the way in just 24 hours. Tonight it's going to be cold, breezy with those passing gusty showers, and then as we go into tomorrow, mostly cloudy. We do get some sunshine by Thursday, 30s, but back up into the 50s as we end this week. Cold again by Sunday, guys.
Yeah, it looks like it.
It is pouring down outside our State Street studios,
We're tracking
Cheryl.
that.
It is coming down. I'm sure you see it right on your radar.
Yes, indeed.
People are running for cover. They don't have umbrella seat. Look, they're running.
Soaked.
Yeah, I mean, it just started coming down really hard.
It sounds like tomorrow, thanks, Cheryl, we're going to need to be reaching for our coats again.
Yes.
For sure.
And today, this coat giveaway, making Chicago proud. Students at Randolph Elementary at 73rd and Hoyne receiving new coats for the winter. Nordstrom teamed up with Operation Warm and various WNBA players to host 5 of these coat giveaways across the U.S. and Canada. Here in Chicago, Skyguard Kalia Copper spent time with the kids as well. How fun.
Isn't that just beautiful? Paying it forward, giving back. And today is Giving Tuesday.
Like you mentioned,
So
yes, today is Giving
It is
Tuesday.
definitely a great day to do that, to give. And it's a great day to always give, though. Generosity doesn't have any like deadlines or,
Doesn't.
you know, you can do it at any time you feel like it. And of course, us here at ABC 7, we are kicking off the Stream Team, the Hour of Power, the ultimate Disney toy drive with our longstanding partner. The U.S. Marine Corps reserves toys for Tots Foundation. Toys are being collected at the Toys for Tots warehouse on Toohey Avenue in Niles. The goal is to collect 100,000 toys. Wow, this holiday season.
We distribute them in 2 different ways to our nonprofits, 501c3s throughout the community, ones that help us to outreach to the single families. And then we accept single family applications. We'll be doing a distribution event coming up here in the next week. And we'll be handing toys, especially the ones that are collected directly from these events, will go straight to the families at our warehouse in Niles.
So we want to help you out because there are so many ways you can give to the Disney Ultimate Toy Drive. You can purchase a toy at shopdisney.com. You can do that right now through December 24th, Christmas Eve, or you can drop a toy off at any one of the many locations in the Chicagoland area, and you can do that through December 21st. Also, we have one more option for you that's going to be even more fun. You can join Tracy Butler at our Stuff the Truck event. That is happening December 10th. That's next Saturday, everybody, from 8 until 10 in the morning. It is at the Apple Chevy, and that's happening in Tinley Park. So get the toys. You have, you know, about 10 days or so.
Tracy always stuffs it too.
Yeah.
They always stuff. It's hard to think that a week from this Saturday is the 10th.
Right, of December.
Yeah.
I mean, that means you have 15 days left since then. So.
Right, not that we're counting.
Right, 26 days.
So there's the information. We know you're going to help
Yeah,
out. You're
right.
always so generous.
We appreciate it in advance. We say thank you in advance, of course.
Yes.
And there is no expiration date on giving and generosity.
And
That's-
absolutely not.
Yeah.
Chevy Chase is in the Chicago suburbs today. Watch this. He visited the Raising Cane's location in Warner Grove, recreating the famous scene from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, where he plugged in the holiday lights. It took him a few tries. Yeah, just like the movie.
Yes.
You can see the restaurant chain really put some effort into paying tribute to Christmas Vacation. There's the family truckster. There he is in it. That thing's awesome.
Oh, man. Is that the truck, do you think, the station wagon?
Well, it looks like,
From
yeah,
the
it looks
movie?
like a replica for sure.
Yeah. Did you have one of those station wagons with the wood on the side?
Do you remember we would sit in the back?
Right, the other way.
Yes.
Right.
Because the seat would flip up.
Right.
They were comfortable.
I know,
And
right?
you'd sit back there. Seatbelts weren't even a thing.
No.
And they'd put us back there.
And you'd
just
look
sit
out
and look out the window, which was
backwards.
great on a road trip.
I know. It was fun. It was perfect. My Uncle Tommy had one. You know, they had the station wagon. We never had a station wagon, even though we had 5 children.
You could
My
have used
parents
it.
never had
Yeah.
a station
We
wagon.
didn't either. Our friends did. And then getting to ride in it, you always just wanted to be in the back.
It's like, I went back, and everybody was fighting to get in the back. And you could sit 3 of us across the back, or maybe 4 if you
They
squished.
probably had you. I think our parents were like, as many of you as you want to go.
Like, get out
Yeah,
there.
I'm excited. Watch that movie every year,
I
several
know.
times a year.
It's one
a
of the
tradition.
classics,
It
for
is. It's one
sure.
of the best, yeah.
Definitely. Everybody loves that one. All right. Well, still ahead, everybody. We have a chance to win free McDonald's for life. Well, sort of, but we'll explain this one, okay?
I want the, yes. First
Ooh, look at
dramatic
the
video
fries.
of that massive volcano erupting tonight in Hawaii. More on this in just a minute.
Well, right now, the world's largest volcano is continuing to erupt in Hawaii. It is the first time in decades that this volcano has erupted. No evacuations so far have been ordered, but some people have already left their homes for shelters just in case.
First thing comes to my mind is assess the situation real quick, and I just started telling them, you know, let's start packing some clothes and getting our things together. I mean, personal things that are important.
Smart thinking, just in case. Look at this dramatic time-lapse video showing the volcano spewing lava. The eruption started on Sunday. That is incredible.
Yeah, the video is remarkable. A recent protest in Iran turning today's World Cup game against the United States into a politically charged match. People there have been protesting after a woman died in police custody after she allegedly violated the country's dress code for women. For Team USA, today's game was a must-win, and fans here in Chicago were watching and thrilled to see the Americans pull off the win.
It's win or go home, and we're not going home against Iran.
This is great. The team atmosphere, everybody gets behind it. It's Tuesday afternoon. Can't really beat it, right?
1-0 final. It was a fun Tuesday, although they're all probably napping tonight. Now the U.S. advances to the round of 16. We'll face Netherlands on Saturday morning. It's win and move on or lose and go home.
Right, I know. I'm feeling good about our team, but the Netherlands, they are a good team as well.
Just get one win at a time.
That's all we got to do. Right. Yep, Snapchat's parent company wants workers to return to the office. Snap announcing today it will start a hybrid model for workers next year. That will require workers to be in the office 80% of the time, and that means just 1 day a week at home. The new policy taking effect at the end of February. Earlier this year, Snap announcing plans to lay off more than 1,200 workers, and that is about 20% of its workforce.
Cyber Monday set a new record for spending this year. Americans spent $11.3 billion, according to Adobe Analytics. That's the most spending we've seen in a single day all year. Adobe Analytics says the top searched items include Legos, PlayStation 5, Hot Wheels, Madden 23, and smartwatches. My money's in some of that. I did some shopping yesterday.
You did? Did you buy one of those 5 things?
No, I don't think so. Did I? No.
You have to check your list.
Yeah,
like
I did
Santa?
not. Okay. Although I like some of those things. Yeah, there they are again. Thanks, Monica.
See?
I don't know.
Those are toys.
Yeah.
Mostly toys. The
well,
smartwatches.
the game, yeah, the smartwatches in the Madden 23.
Yeah, but Hot Wheels are back. They're popular.
Always.
And PlayStation is now at a 5, and Lego.
Right.
I
You
mean,
can't go wrong with Lego.
Oh, I mean, every child likes Lego. Really fun stuff. So.
Did you do any shopping yesterday?
No, not yesterday.
No.
I'm not a Cyber Monday shopper.
But you started shopping like before Halloween.
I mean, no.
Sooner,
Maybe
like July.
No, oh no.
Oh.
But I told you I'm the type of person, I see something that a person likes and I buy it. It doesn't matter what time of year it is. Because
I'm excited.
I want to have something that's like, oh, Rob likes that.
Yeah, and your birthday is how many days away?
26.
We're so close.
No.
She's a Christmas
Remember
baby.
when we were like 130 and stuff
we were doing
like
the
that?
count. Well, I could
Right,
ask
right.
you. You'd be like 176 days.
I have
so now
a plaque in my office made out of ceramics, and I flip it now. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna just go and look.
So-
Although once I get to December, I feel like I'm smart enough to get to count. Like, okay,
Yeah, that's real easy.
But you were helping me out the way on the way.
Because December 1st is Thursday.
Right, I can't believe it.
Okay.
All right, I'm there.
Wow.
McDonald's free for life.
Yeah.
It's a contest the fast food chain is hosting right now.
Okay, so the company is offering a chance to win a McGold card. Not a McPlatinum, I guess, but the card gets you 2 free meals a week for 50 years.
Okay.
To enter, you must buy something on the McDonald's app between December 5th and the 25th. Now, you need to spend at least $1. That right there, the French fries, the best ever. The company will select 3 winners. Each will get 3 extra cards, and
they get to give them away.
Yeah. So would you never eat fast food?
I do when I can.
For me, that's ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it.
Yes. Twice a week? Do you eat it now?
No, I won't even do twice a month.
Oh, wow. See,
Not
I'm doing
anymore.
twice a month, probably.
I would not, yeah.
Well, you do this now, you have to, right? You buy your
the French
McGold
fries,
card.
though, and their Coca-Cola is so delicious.
We talked about that. And who told us the secret about that?
I don't know the secret.
About how they make the Coke? Michelle, do you
Oh.
remember who it was? On this show, they gave us secret information that I cannot reveal.
Oh, okay.
About how they make the pop. It's different.
It is so delicious. And the Big Mac, 2 all beef patties, special sauce, pickles, onions, 2 on a sesame seed bun.
You be a spokesman. Woman, you be a spokeswoman. McDonald's?
Oh, that was a
Burns
treat
right
for
here.
my family on Friday's payday.
Yeah.
You know, 5 children. My mom would do drive-through and on payday. And
Did you get the happy? Did you all get the Happy Meal?
No, they didn't have Happy Meals then.
So you just
it
got
was just the cheeseburger fry, you know, maybe, you know, quarter pound. I mean, it's 5 kids she bought 4. And it was by the time she got home, the pop would be spilled all over, you know. It's
sticky.
In the bag.
Right,
Yeah.
all sticky, and you still ate it.
Yeah, McDonald's has great, you know, love
I'm
memories.
hungry now.
Yeah, White Castle was thrown in that mix too.
So coming up,
he doesn't even eat this stuff.
That's
he
not
doesn't
true,
even know
you
how to
that.
spell
Yeah,
fast
right.
food.
A toy drive's making Chicago proud tonight, and the whole thing was organized by a former criminal who's turned his life around. We're excited to share this story with you, and it's next.
Making Chicago proud, a man turned a criminal past into a chance to help others. Pete Keller hosting a toy giveaway today for children in need. Keller is a former gang member and drug dealer.
But he's turned his life around, and now as our Karen Jordan reports, he's giving back to his community in the Grand Crossing neighborhood.
Pete Keller is feeling festive, and it's not just because it's the holiday season.
We have moved up, we've upgraded and expanded to a bigger location.
Keller has a new space for ULAN, which stands for United Legion, One Nation. It's an organization he founded 8 years ago, now located at 74th and Cottage Grove in Grand Crossing. ULAN is a resource center to help ex-offenders get back on their feet, and it's also a safe haven for young people.
We just want to give the community something to look forward to. So many of these young kids have gone by and banged on the window. Ooh, I can't wait till you guys open up.
Keller is celebrating ULAN's growth with a toy giveaway where families can also pick up clothes, toiletries, and other supplies. Tawanda Coleman brought her 2-year-old granddaughter, Aaliyah, to pick out some Christmas gifts.
It's hard, especially when a lot of people don't have a job, and it's really tough.
Jasmine McPhee brought her daughter, Alea, and says she's thankful for ULAN's help.
I'm a single parent, so that helps a lot for the girls this year.
Keller says he's lived the life of people he's trying to help. A former gang member and drug dealer, he did 4 stints in prison and survived a shooting.
Some young kids, you know, was a drug deal gone bad, and they were really after someone else. I caught some of the bullets, one in the head, which is still here to this day.
Keller says he hopes ULAN's continued outreach will create positive change in the community. Karen Jordan, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
That is so great.
That is the ultimate story of redemption, resilience, and paying it forward, giving back.
A lot of people need help right now.
I know. And for him, I'm sure he gets a lot of it too, to see the smiles on the young faces and just to make sure their lives are different from you know, his life.
Good for him.
So yeah, great job, Karen. Thanks for sharing that story on this Giving Tuesday, of course. Now, you've seen the high prices at the grocery stores, and that is having an impact on banks, food banks especially. Coming up next, the need for support just ahead of the holidays.
With the holiday season in full swing, buying gifts, planning Christmas feasts might be top of mind for some.
But many are just trying to put food on the table, and that is getting harder and harder because of inflation.
Yeah, we're kicking off our Feed the Love campaign today. Our Judy Sue looks at how 2 of our major local food banks are working to meet the growing demands of families facing food insecurity.
First, the COVID-19 pandemic, and now inflation has some local families struggling to buy necessities like food.
I've never seen anything like this in my many years of doing this work.
Together, the Greater Chicago Food Depository and the Northern Illinois Food Bank have been supplying food to agencies across the area for more than 40 years. But soaring food prices are stretching the organization's budgets thin.
So what that means for the food bank is that we're having to do more. And that means more food, and that also translates to us having to buy more food. We're having to buy more food because donated food is down.
For Northern Illinois Food Bank, they're seeing a 40% increase in need, while the demand at the Greater Chicago Food Depository has jumped by about 30%.
When you all of a sudden have to pay $25 more a week for your groceries, that's often the thing that will push a family into needing to go to a food pantry.
The need is especially challenging for families around the holidays.
We all spend a little bit more during the holidays, and they feel that too. And with fewer resources, it makes it really hard for them to provide presents.
We know for the families and individuals who face hunger, it is often not just a holiday problem, but it's a 365-day-a-year problem.
Despite the challenges, the food banks are continuing to fight hunger, relying on donations big and small and the kindness of volunteers.
We believe that when folks choose to get involved with the food bank, again, whether you need a little help today or you have some help to give, that you're empowered to make decisions for yourself.
I am reminded every day that we have people who are so brave, who make a decision to walk into a food pantry or a soup kitchen, who make a decision to get help for themselves and their family.
Wow. Powerful information there. The Food Bank of Northwest Indiana is also in great need of donations. Now, if you'd like to help one or all of our local food banks this holiday season, it's real easy. Just grab your phone right now and you can text ABC7 FEED to 50155. Again, that's ABC7 FEED to 50155, or you can head to our website at abc7chicago.com/feedthelove. And this is Giving Tuesday. It's real easy. Grab your phone. I'm going to do it in the break.
Yeah.
And then just text, and text what you can.
The statistics really surprised me.
Yeah.
That 40% more than last year. We were talking about this in the break. With the pandemic, coming out of the pandemic, and then you add inflation on top of it.
Right.
It's a monumental mountain for so many people.
It's interesting because you talked about Cyber Monday, 11.3 billion, the most spent, but then you talk about the food issue.
Right. It's a disparity.
Yeah.
But maybe it shows that, and our viewers are incredibly generous, whether it's donating blood for our Great Chicago Blood Drive or this, anything can help.
Anything.
$10,
yeah.
whatever you can do.
It adds up,
yeah.
and it's real easy to do. Like grab your phone, you write on it right now, or just go to abc7chicago.com/feedthelove.
Yeah.
You know.
The top songs of the year that were announced, you might be surprised by the artists that didn't make the list.
Oh.
There are a few.
Okay. Plus, there is a change for the 2023 Oscar ceremony.
Oh, no.
That's after some controversy earlier this year. We'll be right back.
Oscars are making changes to the ceremony again.
All right, and it is due to reverse to the controversial opinion. Now, all 23 categories will be awarded during the live broadcast. Now, according to Variety magazine, you may remember last year, 8 categories were cut and handed out before the show. You remember that highlights did air during the broadcast. The decision led to outrage across the industry, and the Oscars are set now on ABC March 12th, of course. And I think the viewership is going to be huge.
Do you?
Because of what happened last year.
Right.
Jimmy Kimmel is hosting.
Yeah, I thought this controversy was going to be something about that. It's not about the slap.
No, people were angry because they said, who is valued? You know, why did you not honor me in the broadcast with my...
I feel like if you're doing an award ceremony, you should include all of them. That show is so long anyway, you can't add those and cut some bit.
Yeah,
right.
And that's what people, because they were thinking, am I less than? Because my category is not this, that.
Is Rock going to be there? You think Chris Rock will be there? I wonder.
He might be a presenter, but Jimmy Kimmel is hosting. So when you know.
We'll see.
People are going to tune in just to see if Chris Rock is there because they might do something.
Will can't go. Will Smith can't go.
Right, for 10 years. Okay. Right, but he still can be nominated, and there is talk that he will be.
We talked about that last night.
Yeah. It's not December. It's November 29th.
It's close.
Yep,
yes.
2 days.
Apple Music's already released its list of the top songs of the year. Coming in at number 1 on the global chart, Stay by the Kid Laroi and Justin Bieber. Rounding out top 5 as it was by Harry Styles, Wait for You by Future, a Super Gremlin by Kodak Black, and Easy on Me by Adele.
Did you pronounce her name right?
I don't know. Remember we did that once?
Right, the accent is on.
Adele.
No, she is going to come for you.
Well, so maybe it's just because her album came out last month, but Taylor Swift doesn't appear on the list. Beyonce's Break My Soul, pretty low, coming in at number 89.
What?
I know. So is it most downloaded?
That is everybody's anthem.
Michelle, do we know what it was?
Break My Soul.
It was just top song, so maybe not most downloaded. Although they wouldn't be available. I don't think Beyonce was on Apple Music, wasn't it? Just on Tidal or whatever that was.
It must be based on maybe a survey they took because her music is on Tidal with her husband Jay-Z.
Right.
I
don't know any of those songs.
I don't know if that's going to change by the end of the year. Like if they do another list at like December 25th.
I feel like I would recognize those songs.
I know.
But I don't know any of them. I feel so old. Yeah.
Kid Leroy.
Yes, and Biebs.
Yeah, that's a real
that I've
popular
heard.
one. You know Future, right?
Yeah.
You know Future's a rapper. So, yeah, out of Atlanta.
Of course.
All right.
I like rap.
Okay.
I'm old school rap, though.
Yeah.
I'm going to go on my playlist.
Future is old school. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Kitty and Red. Oh. They're back.
Yeah, Netflix just released the trailer for that 90s show.
Okay.
The sequel to that 70s show. Take a look.
Okay, kids, the basement is all yours.
Lights on, shirts on, and no dancing.
No dancing. You're like the guy from Footloose. No dancing, you guys.
Okay, the parents look the same. This time the show follows Eric and Donna's daughter, and she visits her grandparents for the summer. Okay. Red and Kitty are regular cast members. Other members of the original cast expected to guest star. That 90s show premieres on January 19th. I bet it's going to be pretty funny.
The 70s show sparked a lot of superstars.
Right?
Launched a lot of incredible careers from that show.
And it's still on syndication. People love it.
Right. They love it. It's destination TV. So
I bet this will be pretty good. And I was looking, I'm like, wait, is it supposed to be modern? And then I realized it's that 90s show, so they're dressed in 90s gear.
Clothes. Right. Do you remember the 90s?
Yeah, I do. We were much younger then. We were very young. And now we're here in 2022.
Yeah. I'm trying to think about what my life was like. I started here in 92.
Right.
So that's my 90s.
A lot of this. It was a lot more of this. Let's check in with meteorologist Cheryl Scott for the weather forecast. It stopped raining, but you can see, Cheryl, you were mentioning it was pouring earlier.
Right. Wet pavement.
Wet pavement on Wacker. Yeah. Has that moved out for now?
We still have a few scattered showers in the evening or in the area for the evening, and once we go overnight, we'll dry out. But some brief downpours. We did just get hit in the city right now. That rain coming to a break here in the city, but still cloudy. Temps still in the 50s as well. But you can see the line of shower activity here inching its way farther off to the east, but from Chicago back to the south and west, right along I-55 right now. These showers will continue to cross over 57 into northwest Indiana. What we're finding within these showers, brief downpours, some moderate rain, and some gusty winds. About an hour ago, we did have a few isolated storms developing. We're not seeing any lightning being detected at the time on radar, which is good news, but that can't be ruled out, especially into northwest Indiana. We have mild, muggy weather conditions out there for this time of the year. So tapping into an unstable environment, that's for sure. With this front that's pushing through, it's not only bringing us some rain and also those high winds. Temperatures are going to go crashing down overnight. We have wind gusts right now up to about 35 miles per hour. Aurora up to 40 miles per hour. It's going to be a windy evening once this front passes by. We'll start to see those winds back off a bit, but it's still going to be breezy to windy tomorrow, and that's going to add to the bite in the air. Notice DeKalb and LaSalle already down into the 40s. This cooler air is inching closer, and there you can see just how cold it is just off to the west of us. There's that front. It is knocking at our door. We're still in the 50s. That is going to change tonight. We're going down into the 20s, and we don't recover tomorrow afternoon. So definitely a huge change from today into tomorrow afternoon. And when we factor in the wind, it's going to feel like it's in the teens, which means tomorrow is going to feel about 40 degrees colder than today. You need the layers and the coat waking up tomorrow. Here's that front, the line of showers, snow up to the north of us. The snow will be staying to the north. This is a rain event for us, and we will dry out after about 10 o'clock. There you can see those showers, 8:45 into the 9 o'clock hour, hitting parts of northwest Indiana, and then by about 9-10 o'clock, moving just off to the east of us. Winds will begin to shift in from the north and west during the early morning hours. Temperatures dropping off into the 20s, and like I said, we barely get to 30 degrees tomorrow afternoon, and it's going to feel cool. Slight chance of an isolated strong storm just off to the south of the city, but the main event for tonight, very active, severe weather occurring in the deep south. Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama getting hit hard. You can see the action here with satellite and radar. Tornado watch boxes, confirmed tornado touchdowns coming in from this area. So keeping our eyes on this. It's going to be a messy and noisy night for these folks, and into the overnight hours. Never good when we get nocturnal tornado warnings. So something just to continue to think about and monitor. Severe weather season, or it could strike at any time. So also a good Just a reminder, for us, we're going to shift seasons into the day tomorrow. It's going to feel much colder. Temperatures only near 30 degrees, and it's going to feel, like I said, taking a look at our wind chills tomorrow afternoon, like it's in the teens. So for the day tomorrow, we go up into the 30s. We stay in the 30s on Thursday. By Friday, we're back into the 50s. Tonight, though, dropping temperatures, barely recovering for the day tomorrow. It will feel like it's in the teens and 20s, staying cold on Thursday, getting some sunshine, 50s Friday and Saturday before turning colder there on Sunday, 40s early next week. The weekend, though, half and half in terms of temps, but at least we're dry and have blue skies in the forecast. Back to you guys.
Okay. Yeah, we have to be thankful for whatever we can.
Yes.
Yes.
Because it could always be worse, and we know that.
This is true. Yes. Be kind, rewind, grab a drink.
Remember that?
Oh, the new Blockbuster themed bar. It's next.
Oh, can't wait. All right, we'll be right back. All right, step into one bar in Los Angeles, and it will feel like you're stepping straight back into the 80s and 90s.
The bar designed to look like a Blockbuster. You walk in, you get your membership card, you check out the VHS boxes. Instead of videos, the boxes represent different cocktails, beers and wines, and guests can watch 80s and 90s movies, even play retro video games.
We wanted to not just create like a themed Blockbuster where you went and you're like, okay, it looks like it, but like an experience where you're gonna drink, you can go out and have fun, but you're still experiencing what you did at Blockbuster. It's essentially renting movies and things of that nature.
The pop-up bar is open until February. Kids have no idea what rewind means.
Right, and what we're talking about.
And if you put you got one home, you're all excited to watch it, and then you hit play and it was at the credits, you had to wait like 3 minutes to.
And then they charge you if you didn't. Right, they would charge it when they got it back. And did you notice the title of the gentleman we interviewed? He is the head of experiences, bucket listers.
We gotta go.
That's a great job. All right, we'll see you.
It's not the worst job.
Good night.